Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days. I'm actually going to try something that I don't normally do. I'm going to just talk and not edit this video. I've got loads and loads of notes. This was a fantastic Raw. It's absolutely brilliant. So because I've got so much to go through, I just want to talk. I just want to go through it and just try and do this in one go. As I said, this isn't what I normally do. Normally I will do a little bit of editing once I've recorded, so fingers crossed. There's a couple of shout outs first. So I need to read this out. XX Terminator XX12 from the YWO. That is a hell of a name, mate. Thank you very much. Really do appreciate the support. And also a huge shout out. This is a massive shout out. Alfie JTTV. Alfie JTTV actually recorded a couple of videos just saying how much he enjoyed this channel and kind of urged people to jump over and check it out and subscribe and whatnot. And you know, I mean, that level of support, absolutely phenomenal. Alfie, thanks a lot, man. Really, really mean it. Thank you very much. And as always, thank you to all of you guys. I just uploaded a video just talking about all your wrestling channels, all the wrestling YouTubers out there. Go and check that out because I'm hoping it might help grow some of your channels. But this is all about Raw. And what a Raw this was. I loved it. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I thought there was a few surprises. There was a number of big matches. There was a couple of matches where you'd kind of go, oh, I'm not really fussed about that. But in truth, for me, they were still entertaining. Like, they didn't outstay their welcome. You know, and from the very first second, this Raw put a smile on my face. Before the opening credits, we had Ambrose getting out of a taxi, just throwing money at the taxi driver, and taxi pulls away. He goes, whoa, hang on, and he leaves the title in the back of the cab, picks it up, walks in, music starts. It's got that kind of yeah kind of moment. I was really into it. And then obviously it starts with Ambrose as well, you know, the new champion coming down to the ring, greeted with "You deserve it" chants, which, you know, is of no great surprise. That prompts Roman to come out, quite a lot of boos for Roman. And it was a bit heelish in this as well, kind of going, don't care what you guys think. I think they're really going with that he's not a good guy, he's not a bad guy kind of a thing. But obviously this prompted Seth to come out as well, and we had all three in the ring, a lot of bickering. That prompted Shane to come out and make the match. The main event was going to be Roman against Seth. Winner would face Dean at Battleground. Straight away I thought, I wonder if there'll be some kind of double count out or double disqualification to make the Shield triple threat. But equally I thought they won't do that. It's too soon. They'll do that for SummerSlam. I didn't see them doing the triple threat for Battleground. But it did cross my mind that they could. But I didn't think they would. And, well, shows what I know, because they did. But we'll get to that in a bit. There was a couple of signs I saw as well. There was one guy holding up a Reigns enjoys soccer sign. What's wrong with soccer? Soccer, or football as we call it over here, is like our national sport. I appreciate it doesn't get the same level of love in the US. And it did make me smile when that same guy was holding up a stupid idiot section sign, because I kind of thought, well, yeah. There was also someone holding up a sign that said "Bring back the Shield," which I thought was pretty cool. They kind of have brought the Shield back. It's been a few promos now where it's just been the three of them in the ring. It's just they're fighting rather than working together. This, anyway, as I said, led to the match with the winner facing Dean at Battleground. I enjoyed as well Shane putting his arm around, well, nothing, and pretending to talk to Steph. And Seth, because Seth obviously was saying that wasn't fair, he'd already beaten Roman and whatnot. This opening segment I thought was good. It was entertaining. You know, long gone have the Authority promos that used to open Raw, so I'm fully on board with all of this. I was entertained. They then spoke about the draft returning July 19th on SmackDown, so, you know, put that date in your diary. That is going to be huge. absolutely huge. So I suppose that means that the Raw July 18th will be the last Raw that's got everybody on it. It'll be interesting to see what they do on that Raw and how they utilise all of those characters. But the first match for this Raw was, you know, as good as it gets. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Now, the match itself wasn't a classic. It was just a brawl. It had a few moves in it, but it was a roll-up victory for Sami Zayn. Getting real sick of these roll-up victories because they're happening quite regular. But the beatdown continued, spilled out into the crowd, went to the backstage areas. It was brilliant as well because we got to see Finlay and Road Dogg trying to separate them backstage. It was just nice to see those guys again. John Laurinaitis then came out. I thought John Laurinaitis would reappear at some point because we've seen Teddy Long, we saw Corporate Kane, now we get John Laurinaitis. Part of me expects to see, say, Vicky Guerrero maybe next week because she was also a GM. I've teased, you know, the fact that they could bring AJ Lee back, but that's not going to happen. But yeah, start thinking about who the GMs have been in the past because it's a good chance you're going to see them as we build towards the brand split. Nice moment as well. The Laurinaitis bit I could have left. You know, it was just a little cheeky cameo. He gets removed from the stage by Shane. But it was a really great moment where Enzo and Shane kind of pay respect to each other. You know, they do their backwards bits on the entrance stage. They kind of compare sneakers and whatnot. The only bit I thought confusing about this was once Shane had gone, Enzo and Cass cut a bit of a promo, but then they're not really talking to anyone. There's no one in the ring. But the way the camera looked, it looked as if they were addressing somebody that was in the ring. I just thought that looked a little bit weird. It would have been better had they have just done the promo in the ring. But they go to the ring and then that sets up the second match, which is Enzo and Cass against Vaudevillains. Massive Vaudevillains fan. I knew they weren't going to win. It was a little bit of a squash. Enzo and Cass win. The only thing is I don't know where they go from here because obviously later in the show we get New Day and the Wyatts, which is obviously building towards a feud. So I just don't know what there is for Enzo and Cass. But it'll be interesting to see where they go from here and how they get used. You'd have to say they're probably primed to be the other tag team champions if there is going to be two tag team champions when the brand split happens. It'll either be them or the club. It seems like the club have got their hands full with the Cena storyline at the moment. AJ Styles, talking of which, came out, cut his promo, talking about how he wanted an apology from the club. It was all a little tongue-in-cheek. They came out, they apologised for interfering. He then said they were going to have to apologise to Cena. Cena came out. The match was made. This was good, it was passionate, it was everything that you want to see. Cena can cut a good promo. Styles is alright, actually. From, you know, what I've seen of him in the past, his promo skills aren't the strongest. It all led to a match between Cena and Anderson, and I really wanted to see Anderson in a one-on-one match because he's not really been exposed to the WWE universe. So it was good to see him in a match against Cena. Cena wiped the floor with him, which I thought was a mistake. I thought that Anderson should have been made to, at least look strong to a degree. But Cena just wiped the floor with him, and then Gallows and AJ Styles came out and, you know, tried to save the situation. They said they wouldn't. They lied. They're heels. Get over it. This feud's cool. I'm all right with it. I do want to see Styles against Cena one-on-one. I just fear that when that happens, Cena picks up the victory because so far in this feud, it's not making AJ Styles look strong. It's you know, making him look weak. If anything, it makes it look like he needs the help of the club. Yeah, that's my concern anyway. Where are we? And then we get Natalya backstage with Becky, and this was she jumped her again. Basically, Becky saying she didn't understand why Natalya had done that. Natalya said it because she's now going to look out for herself, which I think's fair enough. Maybe just tell that to Becky though, rather than, you know, beating her up twice. But hey ho. That then led to Zack Ryder against Baron Corbin. This was one of the matches I wasn't as into. I'm not a massive Zack Ryder fan. Baron Corbin's all right. I feel sorry for Corbin though, because I joked on Twitter about how Ambrose cashed in because he didn't want to carry around the briefcase, the Money in the Bank briefcase. Imagine trying to carry around that Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy. That thing is huge. And they're still, you know, billing him as the winner of it, and the trophy's still there. So, I mean, fair play, because at least it means and feels like he achieved something big. That's been a criticism in the past, that they don't really give the honour of winning that the respect that it deserves. I think it's also a good sign that they'll be doing this Battle Royal for, you know, a good few years still to come. Baron Corbin picked up the victory anyway with an end of days. I don't know how the end of days doesn't hurt Corbin, because it looks pretty brutal on his back. It looks very similar to when someone does a sidewalk slam, but Corbin just gets up. It seems to be the other person that suffers more. So yeah, Corbin picked up a victory in a match that was largely forgettable. Wyatt promo I thought was awesome, where he said, you know, it's coming. Well, he didn't say it's coming. There's a pregnant woman and it says it's coming, which I keep saying. I hope it's going to be Sister Abigail. I hope it's going to be Mika Rotunda, who is the sister of Bray. But it could be anything. It could literally be anything. But yeah, that was a good promo, building up for the return of the Wyatts. Straight after that, we get a women's championship match. I mean, at times, this Raw had a feeling like night after WrestleMania kind of a Raw, you know, a women's championship match. Absolutely brilliant. Paige, Charlotte, I loved the match as well. It was really competitive. Loads of two falls, or two counts, I should say. Loads of, you know, really interesting spots. You know, like where Paige hits the Rampager, and Dana's desperately trying to get Charlotte's foot onto the rope. She can't do it, so she's shoving it underneath, and you know, Dana's getting involved, and you kind of knew that it was going to be a, you know, a screwy finish. But it was a brilliant match and a brilliant watch. And well, yes, Charlotte wins, but what a moment when Sasha's music hits and she just walks out, gives a little lean, gives a little look. Crowd are going crazy. I was going crazy. It was a wicked moment. And yeah, you know, I think we might get another tag match first. Wouldn't be surprised to see Dana, Charlotte against Sasha, Paige, but we are building towards Sasha, Charlotte. Maybe that tag match comes at Battleground and then we get Charlotte against Sasha at SummerSlam. But it's coming, and you'd have to think a title change is coming as well, because, well, unless the brand split means that they're both champions, and then that could mean things like WrestleMania, where you get the Raw champion against the SmackDown champion and things like that. I'm really interested in this brand split. I'm on board. Yeah, great match, as I said. Wyatt's, Phoenix, we're here. Boom, boom, boom. I've missed that music. That music is awesome. Wyatt's come out talking about how they're stronger than ever before. I hope they get booked better, but I had to laugh when he was like, "Ah, oh, Brother Bray, don't you dare be sour." Out come the New Day. Wyatt, Woods seemed to be getting drawn, didn't he, over to Wyatt? There was that moment where just started wandering over. This supernatural stuff doesn't work in this day and age because of kayfabe and all of that kind of stuff. You know, the fact that, you know, smart marks, people don't buy into it as much, but still do it. Why not? Why not? You know, it's wrestling. It's got to have a bit of tongue in cheek at times. So I am absolutely fine with Woods kind of teasing that he's getting drawn over to the Wyatts. We'll have to see where it goes from here, but I'm all right with this. I've seen a lot of people saying they're not into the Wyatts against New Day, but why not? Why not? I could see Eric Rowan and Braun Strowman being the tag champions. I think that would make things very interesting. New Day Falls is how that finished, which I thought was a cheeky little chant. that led us to a little Bob Backlund promo as well. I love these. I want to see Bob Backlund on Raw. Not wrestling, although I'd love to see him wrestling. Bob Backlund, absolute legend, second longest reigning WWE champion of all time, and he's now trying to make Darren Young great again. I'm really into it. So yeah, you know, he was saying that, you know, his advice is that Darren Young should never take advice. Darren Young was saying, does that mean I shouldn't listen to you? And Backlund went, no, I don't give advice, I give orders. Which, yeah, I'm into this. I'm into a lot, as you can tell. Rusev Titus, I thought this was good. The match never started. Real passionate promo from Titus backstage. He comes storming out. Rusev, the bell doesn't go. Rusev just gets battered. There's a bit of back and forth and whatnot, but spills into the crowd. This feud's going to run and run and run. I'm into it. I just want Titus to change his music, change his ring attire, and, you know, become his own character. But yeah, this is all right. Promo from Jericho saying how he didn't like Shane, and how could Shane not give Jericho the #1 contendership. Still going on about the 69 tax. Shane was saying, look, you know, unless you start paying me some respect, those 69 tax are going to seem like a walk in the park. Jericho didn't respond well to that. It was good. It was fun. I thought a lot of the backstage interviews and segments really worked this week. And then that brought us to the main event. Ambrose was on commentary. Seth against Roman was, you know, the match that we wanted to see, in the sense of they didn't just, you know, go through the motions. This was hard hitting. There was, you know, drive-bys, and there was a lot of 2 counts. There was powerbomb attempt on the table from Reigns. There was a missed frog splash. It was good. It was real good. But it ended in a double count out, and as we said earlier, that prompted Shane to come out and you know, say that it wasn't going to end that way. And I just thought it was really clever of them to get Dean Ambrose to be the one to say, I want to face them both. You know, Dean Ambrose, the fighting champion, was the one that basically made this triple threat, and said that he'd won them both at the same time. And here we are, triple threat. Ambrose, Roman, Seth at Battleground. You got to think that Ambrose walks out with the title. Doesn't make any sense to really go any other way. You know, they've waited so long to put the belt on him that I think they should stick with it for now. But I think a lot might depend on what happens over these next few weeks. Ambrose needs to draw ratings, sell merchandise, show that he can carry it. We'll have to see. And again, who knows what happens with the brand split? Yeah, it's all up in the air. I did love as well, I absolutely loved when JBL turned around to Byron and said he hoped he got drafted to ECW. Because ECW was obviously one of the brands in the draft at the last brand split. Byron was like, ECW, what? It was great. I enjoyed that. Right, I'm not going to take any more time because I'm not editing this and I have literally just spoke in one go. I have no idea how long this video's taken, so I really don't want to go over 15 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching this. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at Wrestling Days UK. As I said, if you have got a wrestling YouTube channel, please jump over to one of the videos I just uploaded, because I've hopefully come up with a way of trying to get more subs for you. And I think that's everything. Yeah? Cool. Thanks a lot for watching. See you again next time. Bye for now.